Hey everybody out there in internet land. So I like to watch motocross, and I like to watch Brian Deegan's son Haiden Deegan, and he worked hard to become a pro, and now he is a champion. And he talked about David Goggins being one of his motivational speakers that he likes to listen to, and he plays a lot of David Goggins in his head. And when you're a motocrosser, I've heard other former pros talk about this, you have one focus, and everybody else around you on the team is focused on you, and your focus is to become a champion. And that's all you have to focus on. He has no kid. Little Deegan has no children. He has, no girlfriend, and none of that. He's just focused on winning. And so a David Goggins kind of motivational speaker, the military, get to it, suffer. That's great for him. But sometimes you start to feel like it's not relevant for the rest of us that aren't going for one focused championship victory and all that. How does that apply to our lives? Well, I think simply put, I think there's two things that are one of the most important things in life. One being a good father means that you stay with your wife, the wife of your children. That's your first goal. If you haven't accomplished that, and you're doing step 2 and you're on marriage 2, that's another scenario. But if you're with wife number 1, that is your goal, is to stay with her, stay in love with her, and raise the children you two brought into this world. And then if you're a female, the same is to, be your best for your husband and your children. Sometimes I wonder if maybe that is our calling. We always talk about callings in church and in ministry, and then some people outside of that talk about it, but maybe that is our calling. To be a provider, to be a dad who's involved, to be a husband who loves and pays attention. So is a motivational speaker like David Goggins, who's like, go, 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 more, suffer, is that kind of motivational speaker relevant to you? Don't quit. Well, think about it. If your marriage is under attack because of pornography, think about it, is your marriage under attack because maybe one partner was unfaithful to the other, and you're going to decide to stay together. Do you need the fight? Do you need the motivation? Do you need to fight for something in that scenario? Or maybe you're not on that side where bad things have already happened and you're fighting to keep it all together. But maybe you're on the side of, well, I want to build a good foundation. When I'm 17, 18 years old, my fight is to build a good foundation where that once I am married, I married the right person that's going to be loyal, and we don't have to work for that. It's already present. They're already loyal. So pick the right person. I'm not saying that there's one person for everybody, but I think sometimes the world gets in our heads, and we think we have to have some Lance Armstrong kind of goal. We have to have some kind of Brian Deegan, Haiden Deegan kind of goal. We want to be an Eli Tomac. But probably two of the hardest things in life is being a good father and a good husband. Probably two of the hardest things in life is being a good mother, and a good wife. Probably one of the hardest things in life is to stay with that first person you married. Another difficult thing would be picking the right person along the way. Obviously if you're divorced or remarried, you can find this video to be condemning. But, you have to decide how you want to interpret what I'm saying. I think whoever you're currently married to, they deserve you getting up in the morning, willing to fight like that David Goggins kind of warrior at times. They deserve you willing to get up in the morning and fight for the marriage and the children that you currently have. It doesn't make sense to get divorced from the one and go back to the other. So maybe us ordinary 9-to-5ers that aren't fighting for championships or aren't trying to win wars still need a little bit of David Goggins, which I've never hardly watched any of his stuff, but I've watched enough to hear him, F-bomb you 5 times and tell you life is suffering, life is hard, life is work, get to, So maybe you started your own business and you need that motivation to work hard on the times when it doesn't feel so easy. Or maybe you got in an argument with your spouse, or they did something that you don't feel like you can forgive, and you need to fight through that in your heart and not quit. That you need that kind of motivation. Don't quit. I feel like our culture is a culture of people that give up too soon, give up too quick on the most important things. You can listen to a motivational speaker to pump some iron. And I can bench this, and I can squat that, and I can CrossFit this amount of time, this quick, and I'm doing CrossFit, and I'm getting ripped, and I'm doing my times quickly, and I'm the fastest guy in the gym, and all that stuff. And what does that earn you at the end of the day? Like, what's the most important reason to be healthy, fit, and strong, and muscular? Well, so you can be there for your family, right? At the end of the day, quality of life comes from being healthy, so that's your motivation. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you can bench 400 or 45. Maybe 45 is a little light. If you're going for quality of life, you might want to be strong enough to at least push the bar off the rack. So, peace out. God bless. Stay motivated on what God has in front of you. I think that our focus should be winning those families back. Good dads, good moms, in love with each other, in love with their children, following God, maybe honoring God and following your calling is providing for your kids and loving your wife.